Welcome to Sexual Abuse, the questions you've never had the chance to ask. This is the video series where I get 2 minutes to try and answer your questions on sexual violence, consent, or domestic abuse. The question for this episode is, I had an orgasm during my rape. Does that mean that I consented? No. The part of you that is responsible for your consent isn't your vagina and it isn't your penis. It's your brain. Consent is a state of mind. It's whether or not you chose something, whether or not you wanted it. And we don't choose our sexual responses. I can't sit here and decide to give myself an orgasm, although perhaps life would be slightly more interesting if I could. Our bodies are designed to respond to sexual stimulation. An orgasm is a bit like a sneeze. You don't choose to do it, you can't force it, and you can't always stop it. Some people will experience a physical sexual response during sexual violation. Some women will get wet and orgasm. Men can get erections and ejaculate. If this happened to you, it's really important that you know that this was just a bodily response. It doesn't mean that you wanted it, it doesn't mean that you liked it, and it doesn't mean that you were consenting. It just means that your body works in the way that it's supposed to. If you're really confused, it might be useful for you to remember what you were thinking at the time and how you were feeling at the time, and compare this to other occasions where you know you were having consensual sex. This might help you realize that you weren't consenting, even though your body did respond. Many people who've had this experience can feel like their body has let them down, or it can raise uncomfortable questions about their sexual orientation. It can be deeply confusing to experience a form of physical pleasure whilst also being violated. If this is something that you're struggling with, if you're worried about how it's affecting you, your sex life, or your relationship, my hope for you is that you've got yourself a decent therapist and a loving partner who can help you work through your relationship with your body and your sexuality so that you can learn to enjoy it and trust it. Thanks for listening. If you've got a question that you'd like me to answer in this series, then get in contact with me via my website or on social media. If you're after more resources, including my books, more videos, and loads of information for anyone whose job involves supporting people who've experienced sexual violence, then please check out my website. See you next time.